It's a lockdown. So we're now in lockdown 3 in the UK, where yeah, we're meant to stay indoors, work from home if we can, and basically only go out when we have to. And luckily for us, people who like running, that involves going out once a day for some exercise. That could be running, could be walking, whatever, but basically you can only do it on your own, with one other person maybe, with social distancing, or with your own household. They're the rules, you know them by now, so I won't go too far into that, but I thought it'd be good to have a little bit of a catch up about how to get out and do that. Fact, it's going to be hard for a lot of people to get out on their own, especially in the daytime. If you've got kids at home who are homeschooling, you've got dependents, or yeah, any other reason you just can't get out of work. So yeah, there's that. I've been doing a lot of night running at the moment. If you get in the daytime and it's a nice weather like this, then fantastic, but that's not always the case. So here are my lockdown running tips. Let's forget about the actual logistics of getting outside. Let's just imagine you got nothing on, you got time out of work, kids if you got them doing something, your partner's looking after them, whatever it is, you've been able to get out. It might be first thing in the morning, might be in the afternoon during lunch break, which is what I'm on now, but it could also be late at night when everyone's tucked up in bed, but you want to get your run fix in. So as I said, a day like today, absolutely gorgeous, a bit cold, but not too bad. But as you can see, I'm running along some country lanes. You may be going along pavements, whatever it is, having to step out in the road to avoid people, keep that social distance up. So my first tip, make sure you've got something bright on, something nice and high vis, because yeah, it's nice and sunny at the moment, but still cars might not be able to see you. It might start crapping it down in a minute with rain, because you never know. So it's always good to be seen. If you are out in the evenings, then make sure you got lights on. When I go out, I have a adjustable headlamp, which is pretty bright, and I also have a body light which shows a white light on the front and a blinking red light on the back, and it just makes sure that I'm seeing, but also I can see where I'm going, so people can see you. Awesome, you got your high vis, you got your lights on, but you want to let people know where you're going as well, and that you're out. That might be a little text message or a quick pop through the door and say, I'm going out for a bit, here's where I'm going, I expect to be X amount of time. But what happens if you run into issues on your run? That's where bringing your mobile phone with you is the thing to do. Yeah, some people don't like carrying them, but you got to do it. I rode my ankle the other day out on a run. Luckily I was able to walk back, but if I'd been, you know, a fair bit out and proper gone over and sprained it, then I might have been a bit of an issue. So at least I could have let people know where I am. Hey, even got a taxi. Make sure you've got Google Pay or Apple Pay on your phone. You don't need to bring a card out, you can just pay contactless with that. And obviously make sure you've got a face mask in your bag as well, or in your pocket. Not only for, hey, if you need to get a taxi, but also if you've got to pop in a shop, get a drink, or whatever it is, warm up somewhere. It's pretty nice out, isn't it? Now, if you've got your phone on you, you're more likely to have WhatsApp installed. That has a great feature where you can share your location automatically. So what I do before I go out for a run, I send a quick message to my wife, and on WhatsApp I literally click the little attachment button and it says share live location. So I can click that, and it doesn't use much data at all. It's only when they check it every so often that it uses a little bit of data, but you can have that on the whole time. So I do that just in case. So if I don't happen to come home, then my wife can see where I am, or if I need help or anything like that, then that's pretty good. So that's on WhatsApp, I think, on Android, on Apple, all those things. And it's easier than I know Strava do sharing, Beacons and Garmin do as well. I think they're all subscription, and they use your GPS a bit more because they're all about proper race live tracking stuff. But yeah, do the WhatsApp one. It's amazing. You can share it to your running group if you wanted, not only because they see where you're going if they're interested, but yeah, if you're into trouble, you can do that. And likewise, if you've run out in the middle of nowhere and something happens, you don't know where you are, with WhatsApp you can just send your direct map link, so the person who gets that can click on it, opens their Google Maps, and lets them know where you are. I've spoken about being visible. You also want to protect yourself a little bit. It gets cold out there, but also it gets really, really wet as well. You're going to find that there's bigger puddles, the grass verges are a lot slippier, so have a little think about that footwear. Yeah, have a think about the footwear, because what might have been fine in the summer is just not that great. So where I'm running at the moment, I'm up and down, trying to avoid the puddles, slipping a little bit. I've got okay tread on these trainers, but they'll always go a little bit. At the weekend I went out and I put some trail shoes on. Oh, they give you so much more confidence that you're not going to fall over. They're obviously not as great on road and tarmac, but yeah, great for running around. So make sure you're wearing the right equipment. So finally, for lockdown running, just make sure you have a bit of fun and make the most of the time. Don't worry about pace. Have a little stop, get some fresh air, have a little look around, a bit of a breather. I think the worst thing to be would be if you suddenly went out and going, I'm going to cane this, and you're back home within 20 minutes, out of breath, not remembering anything. So yeah, enjoy it, take a breather, you know, a little light jog. You can do some sprints as well if you want to, but you know, just have a little think about why you're out there. You want to carry on training or working up to something, doing virtual runs, but if you go out for fast runs, you're not going to be able to see, you know, where potholes and all those kind of things are, so you do run the risk of slipping over, hurting yourself a little bit more. Likewise, going on for a really long run, you want to there's no harm in doing it, but maybe have a little think about the weather conditions and the time of day, because doing a dirty, muddy run in the middle of nowhere with no lighting isn't the best thing to do, especially in the middle of a pandemic when we know ambulance services are overstretched. You do not want to be waiting to get something sorted out in A&E when there's bigger, more important things to do. So have a little bit of fun, enjoy yourself. So I'm out on my little run. I got puddles to go through. I got nice views as well. So if you've got any questions, you know, comment, yeah, ask me anything. Obviously I can do that YouTuber thing where I go, hey, like and subscribe. You can if you want to. Hey, why not? That'd be nice. So this seems like a very nice picturesque place to stop and yeah, end this video. It's tough out there. I like running. Getting out on my own gives me a bit more headspace. So I like it. I imagine that's probably the way a lot of other people feel, either on their own or getting to catch up with someone else. Social distance, of course. But yeah, try and make the most of these little breathers that you can get. They're almost like a little return to normality for me, that I can just go and keep doing the same things I haven't done before, but obviously with a proviso on being safe, taking the right precautions, making sure people know where I am, and not kind of getting into any other bother or doing anything that could, you know, harm other people. So I'm out on my own, I'm keeping my distance, I'm wearing my high vis, making sure people see me, being safe, wearing the right equipment, making sure people aren't worrying about me. Yeah, it's lovely on a day like this. Again, if you're out at night time, you got to take those extra precautions, especially if you're out on your own. Make sure people know where you are, and if you can run with someone, do it. But yeah, just keep safe. And there we go. So do all that, and hopefully the next update will be a nice fun one. So bye. Lockdown running.